Winter is coming, my friends. Actually, winter is already here. Welcome back, guys, to Gary Grigsby's War in the East, and we are fighting through a hilly, nasty, snowy area to reach our ultimate objective here. Now, what I want to do is get out of air mode, first of all, and just take a look at our situation. So we've taken Warsaw back. It's really good. We've still got a few units here that are basically slacking off enemy units, and I do want to reach them even if we do have to trudge through the snow here. We really have to keep up our offensive presence and move the Germans back. So let's start hitting them here, and obviously we also want to make a path for our tanks. So with that attack, I'm not really helping that happen. I think we should sort of boost up our attack a bit here. Now, we have a few tank divisions here and here. I'm thinking if we could break through, we're really going to help our guys out. So I'm going to send in the infantry here to try and move past. Beautiful. The Volks Grenadier Division retreated there, and I'm also going to try to attack this fort. We'll even use the tank. Actually, no, I'll just use the infantry for this attack. A major attack, reducing the fort level, but the defending force is held. So what we're going to do is the following. I'm going to try and move these forces up. No, we can't do that. Alright, we'll move 2 Red Guard infantry units forward. Attack, boys. And they held. Wow, I'm really surprised, but the Sturmartillerie Brigade and the Howitzer Battalion are holding out against insurmountable odds. I've got to give it to them. So let's see if we could do anything else here. We might be able to move the artillery closer, but we're getting it awfully close to the front. That being said, it could help us in this attack. Let's go for it again. And that's a major attack, and look at that. The Hubertus fortified zone surrendered. It's about time. So we took some prisoners there. They had no choice, really. I'm going to see if we can still attack this infantry unit and get it away from our artillery. And I need to stop calling this a unit, because this is actually a company or a battalion that's a huge amount of men. It's tens of thousands of men, really. Some of these comprise 10,000 men. Some of them comprise 12,000, etc. So we've got to keep that in mind. Keep on moving. I want to get to that SSHQ, so I'm going straight for the fortified zone here, guys. And beautiful. We got one of the fortified zones to surrender and a lot of the infantry to fall back. I'll attack here as well. Alright, we managed to move them back, and now we're getting to a lot of SS security divisions here near Krakow. So this is actually where, I think, close to where a lot of the concentration camps would be. We're probably going to be uncovering those soon. I'm not sure if they're scripted into the game, but this is definitely the time when the Soviets are starting to come across such atrocities, and probably really tough to see. The Soviets were also quite brutal themselves when they were moving through Germany. And there's actually a book called Red Army that I really love that's entirely about the Soviets marching from the Vistula to Berlin and what they did along the way. And to any German sympathizers, it wasn't pretty, we'll have to admit. Forward, men. Okay, not bad. Could attack with his tank division again. Why not? Let's go for it. Enemy retreated. We got to move forward. And honestly, even in the snow, I don't think that our tank division would do much damage anyway, or be able to move much anyway, I should say. So we are going to go ahead and launch another major attack against this fortified zone, and we managed to get them to surrender and get the Jaegers to pull back. Beautiful. I'm going to keep on moving. Attack, men. And once again, they retreated. That's what we need to do, guys. We just need to open up pockets, but they're doing a very good job. If you see the Germans here, they're doing a really good job at keeping that line straight, and that's stopping us from being able to break through and do any, like, major attacks. Let's get this guy over here. Come on, boys. And enemy retreated there, but once again, they retreat, but they don't stop retreating. Or I should say, they stop retreating. So at this point, okay, this leads us to a possibility. Although I think we still need to wipe out this infantry division. Yeah, we absolutely do. So let me make sure we have as many units as we can in here. Can we move that infantry unit up as well? Nope. Hold on. Let's bring in the shock army, guys. Nobody likes the shock army. And sure enough, the enemy was shocked, and they ran. Although they managed to kill 197 of our men first. So they kind of came on top on that particular battle. There we go. So I'm trying to open up a massive gap in Lodz. I think you guys can see that. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to move into enemy territory. Maybe not very far at all. No, that's not the unit I'm looking for. What the hell? Okay, now it's very hard to see the rails actually here. I could turn on the supply view, but I actually kind of see the rails here. So we could cut across there. I want to try to cut off this army. So let's just keep going this way. There's a rail we cut off. Beautiful. Do some more cutting off, of course. And we'll also hit that infantry unit. Okay, they held. We have to be a little careful here. But it looks like these particular towns, Plonsk, as well as Vlava, are now under our control. We've also got this tank. And with this guy, we don't really need to go north because there's nothing there. So I'm just going to keep going south. But it's got to be behind enemy lines once again. So we'll try to bring him as close as we can. And if we have any other armored units at all, I'm going to send them forward as well. We don't have armored units, but we have plenty of infantry. Keep on moving, boys. The liberation of Poland commences. Of course, we're just going to end up installing a Soviet puppet government, but, you know, that's not important. Victory is important. Got another armored car here. Move him forward as well. Oh, guys, we are setting up the enemy for a major fall. There we go. They're retreating, and they're going to get themselves in a nice little pocket for us to deal with. Can we move these guys forward? A little bit, at least. And we've also got a tank and an HQ back here. Let's get the tank. And this is a Guards tank army. Once again, it's basically our version of the elite brigades. The Germans have the SS, but of course the SS only really became elite post 1942. There's this undying myth of the unbeatable SS. That really wasn't the case until late in the war, to be honest with you. All right, let's go ahead and move forward here. See what we can do. Charge, boys! Beautiful. They're retreating all across the front. That makes things a lot easier for us, of course. But we still have a lot of divisions we have to defeat before we can completely start cutting off the enemy. So over here, we have an opportunity with the Mechanized Corps. Let's try. We can definitely cut off some rails over here, but not many. And actually, as you can see, the snow also affects the Mechanized Corps. It doesn't just affect infantry units. Everybody's affected in terms of movement. Okay, I think that HQ is close enough. That one could stand to be a little bit closer. Let's get it up there with the other Guards HQ. And this is Bogdanov and Katukov. I think it's probably pronounced Bogdanov. Did I get that right? Probably. Okay, so let's go over here, and at the same time, we'll also scare away the enemy HQ and take away that rail line. So we're cutting off a ton of rail lines to specifically these units. But we need to keep on moving forward. Obviously, we can't just stop here. And there's a lot to be done. So let's move forward. A lot of infantry here that needs to get to the front. But through this snow, that's not going to be easy. We do have a few corps from Siberia in the north that can move forward, but our northern front is pretty much a defensive one. We're not really trying to do much there. Let's get this tank forward as well. He can't do a lot of damage, but the damage he can do is sufficient enough to warrant a move, of course, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Oh, we could get into Lodz. With that, a lot of German air bases here. Beautiful, guys. We're in Lodz. We got a German air base to fall back. Let's try to cut off these guys. And the 2nd Guards tank army captured some supplies. Beautiful. Wow. So we're starting to really cut the enemy off. But we need to keep the momentum up. We can't stop here. We got to keep moving. And that's not easy through this horrible weather. Alright, I'm going to have to go for the attack. Nice! Enemy retreated. We're going to have to stop right there. Hopefully they'll have lost a lot of supplies. Add that guy to the front line, and we should probably move these guys to the front line as well. Polish Rifle Company. Look at that. So that's the Polish Home Army. No wonder they're so ferocious in their attacks. They are extremely pissed off at the Germans. And I'm sure they're trying to retake their homes, their villages, for their families, etc. Look at that. We got a fortified zone to surrender. They killed 453 of our men, and there were only 12 men there. So they must have been manning some sort of machine gun post. But nonetheless, I'm sure that those prisoners are not going to make it to any gulag anytime soon. They're probably just going to be killed right on the spot. That was a Spartan-like victory, I must admit. All right, let's attack. We can just do a standard attack here, but with that many men, I'm pretty sure we can reduce this fort to 0. No, they held. That's surprising. Let's try again with these tanks. Come on, boys. And they held once again. I'm surprised. Gotta give it to them. Keep moving, boys. So over here near Krakow with the SS units we're encountering, that's definitely a cause for concern. These are strong SS units, and I think this might be a Ukrainian SS division. Let's take a look here. And no, it's just a regular SS security regiment. I'm going to do a full assault, and we got them to retreat. But they actually killed more of us than we did of them initially. Push forward, boys. Come on. Nice. 112 killed on the enemy side, but they did hold their position. Keep it up, guys. Don't stop. And this is a massive operation, guys. So do let me know in the comments down below if you do or don't mind the very, very long turns. I hope you guys like them. You know, I make this longer so that you guys get to see a lot more, of course. And if you guys don't want me to make them longer, then let me know that as well. But I really do that for your benefit. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you're making your decision. No, really, guys, just be honest. I really appreciate the honesty. All right, let's cut through here. And we might be able to sneak past a little bit. Yeah, we were kind of able to sneak past. Not really. Let's actually attack. And the defending forces held. Unsurprisingly, that wasn't a very strong attack, of course. Keep moving with the rest of these infantry units. And man, this winter is going to be hell. It's going to be a nasty one. Hell, we can even start moving on this front. Although through the mountains here, it's going to be really, really bad. So the southern front is definitely going to lag behind, but I'm confident that our units can completely take out any forces here. Let's take a look. Wow, defending forces held. Unbelievable. Well, we'll keep on moving forward. We'll take Cherkasy very soon. Alright, let's move up with another unit here. I'm just going to try to do a full attack. There's still some Germans down here in the south, not just Romanians. And nice, the infantry division retreated. We get a little bit closer to Cherkasy, one step closer. Let's attack them again. And they held, but we killed 363 of their men. That's going to sting for sure. Now, as for the tank division, I'd love to get behind the enemy. Let's see if we can do that. No, it's going to be very hard. The weather is just so awful right now. And so these are actually Hungarians, pardon me, not Romanians. These are Hungarian divisions. They're putting up a pretty damn good fight. As always, guys, if you want to support the series, please do share it on social media, anywhere you deem it safe or appropriate or whatever. And one thing I haven't done in a lot of these turns is used our Air Force. I'm going to start using it just to soften up enemy targets, but really I think we don't honestly need it to win. It's certainly going to speed things up, though, so we will try to use it as much as possible. Okay, let's see. I think that's about it for movement, except for these units. And they have a really, really wide open front to move through. Defending forces held. Come on, boys. You can do better than that. Alright, I'm going to first of all take this tank unit. See how far I can go. Not very far. The only thing saving the Germans right now is the winter. This is the one time the winter actually is helping the Germans. Keep on moving. Just got to keep on moving all across the front. And actually, we've got a tank there. What can he do? There's some enemy SS divisions parked right there. And I'm definitely concerned about the Hannibal SS Polizei Grenadier Division. I don't even know who the Hannibal is, but they sound terrifying. Go, boys. Let's do an attack. 245 lost on the enemy side, but they held. It's unfortunate. And actually, we'll go ahead and do some bombing here. So I'm going to definitely hit that SS division. It looks like we managed to bomb the enemy here. They didn't lose any fighters or anything like that, as far as I can see. There, they lost one fighter, but we didn't do any damage to the actual men. And actually, no, I've been reading this wrong. So the left side are the defenders. I keep thinking the left side are our guys. So in fact, we have been doing most of the damage. That's good to know, because I was thinking that we were getting completely crushed for a while there. Okay, bomber aircraft out of range. What about up here? Anything we can do? Yeah, sure enough. Okay, let's get back to the infantry, because I see a chance for a possible breakthrough here. Go back to Berlin. We're making it to Königsberg in East Prussia. East Prussia hasn't existed for a very long time. Nonetheless, that's what I'm calling it. So it certainly isn't Germany. Germany is now defeated, as far as I'm concerned. Let's go ahead and hit that unit that's kind of trapped. And it looks like the forces held. They know what's going to happen if they lose that fort, so I can understand. As for our tank, I'm going to try to get him through, but once again, in this weather, it's going to be hard to even move the tanks through this area. Otherwise, I try to cut off as many rail lines. Although in Königsberg, the rail lines don't make nearly as much of a difference. And the reason is because, you know, of course, they have a port, and the port is what kind of brings, how could I put this, what makes Königsberg an important area. So without that, oh god, shit out of luck, boys. Keep on moving. Hopefully we get an attack here. Alright, the Volksgrenadier Division retreated. I think we can attack them again. No, our men are tired. After that long march, they don't want to fight for even a second. Grab this unit. I can't wait for this snow to go away, but I anticipate it's going to stick around for quite a few turns, to be honest with you. A nasty blizzard there that really kept most of our men back. And we also want to move these HQs forward. So you can see the Germans have completely, like, restructured their line, but I understand what they're trying to do here, guys. So basically, you know, if they just try and make really, really, really hard strong points for us to break through, then we can go around them. Here, they're trying to hold on to every single point they can in a straight line to make it a real front. Otherwise, we break through easily. I think I'm going to have to go for an attack here. Let's go for it. And I know we're using our tanks here. 296 lost on the enemy side. We lost 580 men on that attack. That was not an easy one. But basically, they really need to hold this position under any circumstances. If we break through in any of these areas, then we compromise their entire front. So that's why they're fighting so hard on these sort of gaps in between the front. I don't like it any more than you guys do, but that's the situation we find ourselves in. I'm going to get some of these airfields a bit closer, especially the Royal Guards, excuse me, not the Royal Guards, it's not the Proletariat Guards, the Red Guards, there we go. The Red Guards armies and the Red Guards airfields are going to be over here, a bit closer to the front, and I'll also move these units over here too. Looks like we've got to get that HQ up there for that unit to be effective at all. And I think that's pretty much it. That's a day on the front, boys, more or less. There's still more to do. We still have some movement points that haven't been spent. But we're definitely in Eastern Poland at this point. Definitely, we can say we've liberated the people of Eastern Poland more or less at this point in the campaign. I'm still going to attack. I know this is a crazy attack, but I'm going to trust myself. And we actually managed to get the enemy to retreat. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Go for another one? No. I think we'll let our guys recover a bit. Keep those fires warm, men. I'm I'm really tempted to use these artillery pieces in a frontal assault. It could work, and we've got the 2nd Guards Rifle Corps with us. Yeah, I'm going to try. Here we go. And we're actually only using 1 artillery piece. So the defending force is held, and really 37 men lost on our side, on their side, 44 on ours. It wasn't really worth it, but it was fun anyway. And it helped us get our army a little bit closer to the enemy. Okay, let's see if we got anything else here we want to do. I think that's pretty much it. No, wait, we got a tank division. These tanks are going to have to go out and lead the way, essentially. Sending this one over here. He's already cutting off, or trying to cut off, this rail line here. But first we need to break through this division right here of Volksgrenadiers and 170th Infantry Division. As for this front, I really hate this front. We are going to have to keep moving here, but it's just so much work for so little gain. And the Germans actually have a massive amount of defenses in this area. You know, they know they're trapped, number one. They're getting most of their supplies from elsewhere. You know, from a port, essentially. And that makes our job a lot harder. Because we can't actually cut off their rail lines. We can cut off a few, but it's not going to make much of a difference. It's not going to stop me from moving forward, though. We must continue the advance under any circumstances. Move this guy here. A Red Guard unit there. We'll move another unit here. We'll see how the Red Guards perform. I think they're going to perform very well. That's a massive fort right there. But we're going to go for the attack. Oh, we can't bring them along, unfortunately. Okay, there we go. Let's go for it. And it looks like some Panzer divisions are actually going to assist. Oh my goodness, we lost 1,639 men in that attack. That was devastating. I told you I hate this front. I hate this front so much. Let's try and attack on this position. And we managed to get them to retreat. Not bad. Not bad at all. But still, you can see that this front is going to remain stagnant for a very long time. A lot of forts also up here. This is just a valley of forts, essentially. And as for, I think we've got another front over here. No, we've already gotten the Finns out of the war. Alright, I think that's about all we can do for this turn, guys. Let's hope the weather clears up here. Actually, we can still move forward a little bit. Wait a minute. No, we can't. Let's attack our last attack this turn, and the defending force is actually held. Okay, we have to get these air bases even closer. And I could start using our aircraft to actually start bombing their, you know, their ports, things like that. Things of actual industrial value, their rail lines, but I don't think I'm going to do that yet. I'm really more focused on their infantry. I'm hoping that our armor can deal with the rest of the stuff. So as you can see, we've already cut them off a lot. And I think we just need to continue that, keep on pushing forward, breaking open these big points. I call it breaking open a can of points, essentially, where we can send a bunch of armor through. I don't think we're going to be able to attack these guys this turn. Maybe we will, but that's a pretty crazy attack. Yeah, I didn't expect that to work. Gonna have to wait till next turn. It's too bad. But we can get these guys really close. Alright, let's get the Rifle Corps up there as well. As you can see, I'm going to great lengths just to make sure I get the men as close as possible for each attack here. And I think so far everything's just fine. We definitely want to move this general up. Try to get him up here so this guy gets some supply, but I don't think he's actually going to get any supply. Oh, wow. We are able to get some supply to him. Very nice. Get a little closer there. And, of course, the Red Guards. Where would we be without the Red Guards? There we go, moving some units away from Lodz. I think Lodz is going to be our opportunity to have a breakthrough area of sorts, the one we just talked about. I'm going to attack here one more time. I keep breaking my own rules, but I can't help myself. There we go, another retreat, and a fortified zone surrendered as well. There's not a lot of guys defending these fortified zones. It's like 20 or 30 guys. So I'm not that proud of myself. Let's see if the Hungarians can hold out against this attack. I didn't think so. And the Hungarians were forced to retreat from that particular position. Of course, fighting through these mountains is going to take a long time, winter or not. So don't get your hopes up. Okay, guys, let's end the turn. We are turning it over to the Germans. I want to see what they're going to do here and how they're going to respond. Going to reform a front, or are they going to fall back a little more? I don't think they can afford to fall back too much more at this point, because they risk actually getting too far away from Berlin, essentially, or I should say too far away from the front line and too close to Berlin. And at that point, it just becomes the battle for Berlin. So ground forces are interdicted. That's on our side, so they are managing to hit a few of our units. Not bad. Look at that massive push by our forces. So yeah, they have definitely reformed their lines here. And I think they're trying to make it so that even if we take those rail lines near Lodz, it's not going to affect their front line, which makes total sense. They're pulling back so that even if we do a blitzkrieg, it's not going to affect them because they're going to be too far back. So it's a really smart move, and it's going to force us to keep basically marching for a very long time. I guess they're hoping that we get weak through attrition, or that they can cut us down, little by little, piecemeal, as we march towards Berlin. It's not going to happen, though. We are definitely going to have the final victory. There's no doubt about that. Okay, pretty nice. 29,000 lost this turn on the Axis side. 29,000 total and 68,000 total on our side, which makes sense. I mean, we're always going to lose a few more men than the Germans. We're also a lot more desperate to retake this area. So first things first, I should be using this tank to cut off the enemy. But I'm going to be an emotional fool and go straight for the villages. Especially since it's quite snowy here. So I think just that one unit of infantry can force that enemy back. Sure enough, I was right. And let's keep breaking through here. Oh, nice. I like how this is going very much. Just turn into Borat. There we go. Another SS division, and that's the SS Grenadier division. I'm going to go for a major attack. And we managed to get them to retreat. Nasty bastards, though. We really want to try to wipe them out if we can. And basically any unit near Lodz. We don't want them taking this area back. God only knows what they would do to the people if they managed to. Keep it up, boys. Alright, guys. Well, we're going to end this particular turn here. Obviously, let me know if you guys want to see another part to the series by hitting the like button, commenting down below, subscribing. And if you do subscribe to the channel, please let me know in the comments. So that I know that you've subscribed. It really helps us out. And basically just doing anything you can to support us. We also have a Patreon available. I will try to remember to put the Patreon link down below in the description, and that always helps. So keep that in mind, guys. Thanks again for watching, and hopefully next turn we'll be one step closer to Berlin. First, let me get rid of this unit. I can't help myself. I must keep fighting. I must not stop the attack. The revolution must go on. definitely going for one last infantry attack here. This is a human wave assault. Alright, nice. Defensive fort level reduced, and they retreated. We still haven't liberated the town of Mlawa. Well, we liberated the town of Mlawa, but it looks like they took it back. A lot of give and take here during this this war. Nice, retreated. Beautiful. Okay, guys, I am going to go ahead and turn it over, or not turn it over to the enemy, but end the video here. I just want to try to hit that SS division one more time. Just one more attack. Let me at least cut him off. There we go. That makes me feel a little better. And now we're going to see if we can go ahead and hit this SS division. This is the SS Polizei Grenadier Division. Charge! Okay, wow, 416 men lost, 452 men lost on their side, 393 lost on our side. Hey, pretty nice work either way. Alright guys, we're going to stop here, and I hope you guys are ready for the next one.